Hello everyone, how are you all? Assalamu alaikum. I hope you are all well. This is our sixth part of Introduction to Vectors. Each day I'm giving you only small part of it. Our objective is to solve vector problems and resolve vectors into their rectangular components. We will solve real-world application now about vectors. And before that, did you study the trigonometric? Because now is our time to use it. Are you ready? Do you remember law of sine and law of cosine? Okay, let's see. These, what we took, the vocabularies. Until now, we finished these, and let's see what we will take today. Objective again, solve vector problems. So let's start. We have a navigation problems, and this is maybe the most important application on the vectors. So an airplane is flying with an Earth speed of 475 miles per hour on a heading of 70. All 70 means, again, we are starting from north. We go to this. This is our vector, the blue one. The magnitude is 475. We didn't here have a scale because this is a real world problem now, and we are doing approximate graphing. Okay, and if an 80 mile per hour wind is blowing from the true head of 120. True head again is starting from north, so this is the angle, and the wind is blowing here. This is the wind. The magnitude is 80, and the angle is 120, going from north, coming from north. Determine the velocity and the direction of the plane relative to the ground. In this case, I have to find the resultant, and in this case, please focus on the graph. Okay. Let's go back to the graph here. Can you see the arrow here? Okay, this means I should have it. I want to put the initial point here on the terminal point here. So I will translate this here. It will be on this way. Same direction, same magnitude, but I translate it only. Is it on the same? If you use a protractor, it will be easier. Let me do it again. Where is it? Yeah, here. I will try to make it clear and accurate. So almost. Okay. Now the resultant here, or the ground speed, will be this. Let me choose another color. This one. This is my resultant. It's not 1 minute. I hope it's correct. Okay, so this is my resultant. Okay? Now, what he wants us to find, the magnitude of this resultant, how much is it? I can consider it as C, which is the magnitude of the ground speed. Again, do you remember this? We call it magnitude, and we need the magnitude of the ground speed, so it's the magnitude of G or C. Clear? That. And then we need to find the direction. He asked us also about the direction. Okay, so the direction is an angle which we need to find. Let's go step by step to find it. Before that, can you tell me what's the angle here? Yella, I will give you 1 mark if you know it. What's the angle? Okay, if you didn't know, what's the relation between this angle and this angle? Excellent, they are equal because these two vectors are parallel. We said you should draw in the same direction. They are parallel. So, can I know how much is this angle? Excellent, it's the big angle 120 minus the small angle 70. So this angle is 120 minus 70, it will be 50. So this is 50 and this is 50. degree, of course. Easy? Okay, I'll draw it in another way so we can understand. The first step, I drag this vector here. It's the green one here. I'll draw it big. It's here big. Okay? I said that this angle, the small angle here, is equal to this angle here. And to find this small one, it's the big angle 120 minus the small one 70. Sorry, it will be 120 minus 70. It's 50. This angle is 50 down. It will be 50 here. How is it now? Now, let's see about the magnitude. We know that this is 475. What about this? It's 80 from the question. Where is the question? It's before that. Okay, it's 80. So this should be 80 also. Clear? The green one, it will be 80. Okay. Now, we need to find this magnitude of G. The magnitude of G. How to find it? I don't have triangle, right triangle. I have normal triangle, not right, not special. So I can't use the Pythagorean. But what do we have? I have side, angle, between, and side. Do you remember this? Side, angle, side. This is the law of cosine. You forget it, right? This is the law of cosine. This is my graph now. Again, I wanted to make it bigger so you will see everything. 1 minute. Okay. This is y, which we found it 50 degree. This is the first vector with magnitude 475, and this is 80. My first thing to find is this is C. Now the law of cosine, if you remember, when we have SAS, side, angle, side, you will apply this rule. C square equal A square plus B square minus 2AB cosine Y. Now this cosine, the angle between them, if you remember, we call it C. Because if I have here angle C, I have here side C. Do you remember this? Good, excellent. So let's see. C, I don't know how much. I will write it. A is one of these. It's up to you which one you want to start first. Here we started with A equal 80. So 80 square plus B is the other one, 475 square. You can put brackets if you want. Okay, minus 2 times A is 80. I will write it down here. B is 475. And cosine, what is the angle here between them? What did we say? Yeah, it's 50 degree. Okay, let's see. So A is 80. B is 475. A will be the same, and cosine 50. What you have to do now? Excellent. I will put all of this in the calculator. Then I will find the square root, because here I have C square, not C. So C is the square root of whatever you find in the calculator. Whatever you find, just put it under square root. And the final answer will be C equal 428. This is the magnitude of C. How is that? You want to go back to understand it? Okay, first of all, you have to memorize the rule of law of cosine. I guess you know it, but let's do it. If I have C here, the angle down inside, it should be C. And everything inside will be A and B, different from C. Okay? A is this 80, B is 475, and C is this angle, which 50. This is the angle C. Now, substitute on calculator, then the square root, you will find this answer. We didn't finish. He asked us to find the magnitude, then the direction. The direction means, let's go to the second slide. The direction means I need to find an angle. This is not the angle which he wants us to find, but we will find it because I need it later to find the real angle. The real angle should be according to north, west, east, south. It should be related to one of them. So let's start. If I have this A, or alpha, I want to find this angle. I have an angle, and in the opposite of it I have a side. I have another angle, which 50. The opposite of it is this G. Now angle, opposite, this is law of sine. So sine alpha over, the opposite side is A, sine y, which 50. The opposite side of it is C. You remember C, which we found it now? The magnitude of G, C, 4, 2, 8 it was, right? Why I didn't use this one? Because I don't have an angle opposite to it. I don't know what is the angle opposite of it, right? I need one known angle, so I can't use it. Let's solve. Sine, instead of alpha, which I don't know, I'll keep it alpha, over A is 80, the opposite side, equal sine y, which sine 50, over C, which 428. Now, what I have to do? Excellent, cross multiplication. Cross multiplication. Okay, let's see what will happen now. Now, to find how much is alpha, I will multiply sine alpha. I am going step by step, so I need another slide. Okay, better. Now we wrote sine alpha over 80 equal sine 50 over 428. So, and we said we have to make cross multiplication. So sine alpha times 428 equal 80 times sine 50. It's up to you if you want to put the brackets. I prefer the brackets. It's up to you. Okay. Now I need sine alpha because this is the unknown thing alone. I need it alone, sine alpha. So if you take this to the other side, this means you have to divide because here we have multiplication. So 80 times sine 50, this is the original side, over 428. Again, I took this to the other side, it's multiplication, it will be division, the opposite. So to find alpha alone, what I have to do? Bravo, excellent. I have to find the inverse. So alpha equal sine inverse of all of this. Just write it on the calculator, it's easy calculation. Over 428. The final answer, alpha, will equal 8.2 degree. Do you remember what was alpha? Let's graph it again. Let's graph it. Okay. I guess you forget where is alpha. This is alpha, right? And this is 80. This is 475. This is 428. And the angle here is 50. And he asked us to find first the magnitude we already found, the direction, and we said this is not my direction. This is an angle, I needed to find the direction. Because I need the direction according to north, west, left, right, whatever. So if you remember, there was a perpendicular here. This is north, another color. This is north. And do you remember what was the angle, this angle? Do you remember? It was 70. It was 70. So the direction will be this angle because it's easier to find it according to north. This is north. So this angle will be 70 minus, what is the angle we found? 8.2. So it will be 61.8 degree. Can you tell me how can I read it? It's a true bearing. Do you remember the true bearing from the second part of the lesson? Yes, we read it. O 61.8 degree. O, it means we are starting from north. This is the angle which we found. I hope it's easy. So that's why I ask you to memorize or to study again the trigonometry, because we need the law of sine, law of cosine. So that's it for today. We have another slide here. We have another question for you. Okay, I'll send it to you. This question, I need you really to, it will be in the homework in the weekly plan. I want you to solve it. Try to follow the same steps, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.